Let me be clear about this. This is my brother's and I's story, but at this point, I don't know where else to look, so here goes nothing. Around the year 2007, Doritos Mexico started a pretty bizarre campaign of commercials called 13 Miedos. It was a series of, you guessed it, 13 commercials with an unusual, very early 2000s twist. The commercials were horror themed and followed the same character across several situations that were tributes to horror icons or horror media in general. The Werewolf, The Ring, La Llorona, It, The Shining, Night of the Living Dead, amongst others. You can find these commercials online. Some channels have done the job of splicing them all together for those of us who enjoy the nostalgia of it. I've seen some comments here and there that claim that these commercials were aired specifically at midnight, but from what I remember, they were aired randomly during the day and they would air them in no specific order. A lot of people really enjoy these commercials, ourselves included, since it shows a level of creativity that you don't see big companies seeking anymore. Amongst those commercials lies one that I haven't been able to find anywhere. No matter where I go, or the boards where I post, or even how many years pass by in the hopes of older media becoming available, nobody seems to have ever seen this commercial aside from two people. My brother and I. I'm going to start off this story by letting you know I would have given up on searching for this commercial years ago if it wasn't for the fact that both my brother and I have the exact same memory of that night and that commercial. We both know we were not asleep, my whole family was awake, and it was just another night of us watching TV on our room upstairs. Now, the commercial. The scene begins with the camera focused dead center on what looks like a very extended hospital hall. Worn down, paint fading off the walls, broken windows, rust here and there, very much the style of the hospital scene at the beginning of The Walking Dead. At the very end of the hall, you can see a floating bag of Doritos Incognito, a very popular flavor of Doritos in Mexico, or Mexico. In fact, my personal favorite, which shortly after the commercial begins, it starts floating towards you, the POV of the camera looking towards the hallway. No music, no sound effects, just ambient music playing, and a bag of Doritos floating towards you. The commercial keeps going until the bag of chips is very much in your face, and just when it's covering the majority of the screen, a jump scare of a girl that looks very much the style of The Ring. Very similar, if not the exact same, to that of the girl that shows up in one of the other commercials from the 13 Miedos series. The commercial then ends with the signature Doritos logo, just like all the other commercials from the series back then. Needless to say, both my brother and I were very much startled. We had seen all the other commercials up to that point, and while some of them were a bit scary, none of them went as far or the extra mile to genuinely scare the crap out of the viewer. We only ever saw this that one time, but none of our friends had experienced the same thing that we did, and we just eventually stopped talking about it. Of course, back then, the internet was not around the same way that it is now, so it never really crossed our minds to take our search to the web. Ever since, every few years or so, we have a conversation about what happened that night. Just trying to see if any of us had any luck finding the commercial and making sure that we are sure we saw what we did almost 17 years ago. Believe me when I say, our recollection of events has not changed in the slightest, which only makes things weirder for me. On my end, I can also say that over the past 4 years or so, I go through a yearly period where I spend a month straight just trying to see if I can find anything about this commercial. A picture, a re-upload, a recording of a TV playing the commercial, some type of record. Hell, at one point I even tried messaging Doritos Mexico over Facebook to see if they can help me out. But the representative told me that they could not really help me out in my search since so much time had gone by. I've made multiple posts on Reddit, both in English and Spanish, asking for help, forums, social media, but nothing. So this is a last-ditch effort for me to see if anything shows up with the help of whoever is watching this video. I'm putting out a $100 bounty for the first person that can show me any type of proof that this commercial exists. If you're up for the challenge, here's how we're looking for any of the submissions. If you happen to have proof of this commercial, upload it to your YouTube channel and leave a comment for me under this video to check it out. No need to subscribe, no need to like if you don't want to, Just leave a comment for me to check the proof out in your channel. That's all you need to do. Whoever is able to provide said verifiable proof will receive the bounty. Please help. I am desperate at this point. The lost media community has grown so much over the past few years that I believe that if this commercial did exist and my brother and I didn't just go crazy one random night and hallucinate the same thing, somebody out there is going to be able to find this commercial. Now, I believe that plenty of people in Mexico did see this commercial. However, the community on Reddit on Mexico is not nearly as large as the one in the US. So, again, please help me. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.